Hello Internet, welcome to the Collective Arcana, a channel all about tabletop gaming. I'm Sarah, this is Wyatt.
Hello.
And today we teamed up with Eldritch Foundry. They sent us some minis to review, and we were stoked because we are mini maniacs.
It's true.
I
have a problem.
Yeah, maybe you're worse. But so they were nice enough to send us minis for our party, and we wanted to show you kind of the process. There's plenty of videos on how to build a mini with, one of these websites. You pick
and it's pretty straightforward too. So, you'll get in there and you'll get the hang of it. There's different parts to customize or whatever. And then you can customize the pose with these. And there's a lot of options. New options get added all the time. It was a few weeks from the time that we ordered them to the time that we received them. And in that time, because I had, me personally, I had checked the box to receive updates and information. So I actually got 3 different notifications, I think, over that about a month period where they told us about new things that just got added as options. So new things all the time. And it's really fun, even if you don't necessarily plan to have them printed. You can get the STL files or whatever, of course, or you could just go in there and it's a nice little web-based character creator engine if you just have no other way to show your fellow players or your GM or whatever what someone's supposed to look like. So what we were really impressed with before we even opened them and saw the miniatures are these excellent little tins. We're not doing like an actual unboxing. We got these last night. We did not want to wait. I wanted to see them immediately. So they come in these nice little tins, each one. And inside, each mini was wrapped up pretty securely in...
Yeah. I can't imagine they could get broken in shipping with this.
It would be really difficult. I mean, I'm sure it could happen, but they take pretty much every precaution they possibly could. And so you come out with these, and we'll have close-up pictures up on the screen. But they are really excellent quality miniatures. They're clearly printed, and the quality is very nice. They're strange. They're a little transparent, the default material, or at least the material that we got. And they are really high quality.
Yeah, they're very high detail. I was excited because, so we're at the end of our campaign, and my next character, we got the Lost Omens Ancestry Guide, and of course I had to get something out of there, so I ended up going Gonzi. That's how you say it, Gonzi?
Mm-hmm. And, as far as I know, I'm sure we'll get corrected in the comments, we don't mind. Let us know.
I needed a very specific looking mini, and there was no way I was going to find this character that's in my head who is literally going to have feathers and a tail and all this stuff. So this was perfect timing for me because now she's set. We're going to be starting this campaign pretty soon, so literally perfect timing for all of our characters. They've all got to make their own mini, and you got to make your existing mini that you have been on the search for for how long?
The year or so that I've been playing him.
Yeah, he's been looking everywhere for his character.
So, there's just not enough, in my opinion, spear-wielding miniatures in general. And then, most orcs that use a spear, they sort of default them to a very tribal type of a look, which is fun and fine, but... my orc just doesn't happen to be as brutish. He's taking relatively well to certain aspects of the fancy city that he lives in now. And so I didn't want him to be too brutish. It was really nice to be able to make this custom miniature. Again, there just aren't enough spear people at all. And so being able to pose him and give him a nice sort of aggressive pose with his spear that wasn't just pointing it out or something... I really got to put a lot of character into them, and that's fun.
Okay, so I'm going to paint these up, and we'll check back in and let you know how it goes. So I did go ahead and primer them just out of habit. I'm not sure that they needed to be primed, but I think it's just a good best practice, so I just went ahead and did it. Also, I think it helps the colors pop, and these were dark plastics, and I had some bright colors to layer on.
Yeah, they definitely look like... with the primer and everything, they took the color very well, so that's good. And the detail preserved really well through everything, too.
Yeah, so that's the best part about these minis, in my opinion, is the detail was super clean. And so I could really get away with just dry brushing some of the smaller details, especially for Tilly, my character, she's small. Yeah, she's got a lot of little details, including a beaded belt, which I was able to just cheat a little bit because the texture was so good. And it makes it look like I'm just really good at fine detailed painting, but really...
Well, you are, first of all. But yeah, I think, you know, because we normally use Reapers and the WizKids line. You know, we typically, we're not trying to win competitions, so we typically just go with anything that's going to look great on the table, and for our money, those are you know, really good. But there's a very clear difference in the amount of detail that these can get versus those sort of mass-produced ones, because these are not molded, so you don't have to make anything too exaggerated to fit molds. You don't need to you don't see any muddying of detail where, you know, the mold messed up or anything like that.
You can really see that in the face too. So like we have a human fighter here. His face was a delight to paint, and I don't get to say that very often.
I was very surprised by like the fur texture on our orc here. I wasn't sure how that was going to look once it was actually painted, because, you know, when you're building it, it looked like it was going to be a little crazy cartoony, and then even when we got it, it just looked like, you know, the texture on it was too large, but it painted up very well. Yeah, that's something we should note too, is some of the things looked a little funny in the character creation mode, but it's because it needs to be exaggerated for the print, because when they came out, it wasn't like that at all. So now we do have to talk about the bad. Lots of good here in the detail and the customization, of course. There is a little bit of bad, but it's one that you can mitigate by just being
bad
careful.
For us.
Yes, bad for us. You know, so we just want to make sure that you are aware of it when you're getting them. For a lot of people who treat their minis very well, it could never, ever be an issue for you. For us, we had some breakages. A couple people broke at the ankles and had to be repaired.
And our main problem is we have crazy pets and tile and hardwood floors only.
Yes, if you have...
we keep ours on the shelf for display, so if they fall, it's going to break. But they did come with these really nice boxes, so like definitely preventable. We could have taken better care. We just have never used this material before, and we weren't expecting it.
Yeah, and honestly, it's on us. You know, I mean, these are not, you know, the $2 to $5 Reaper and WizKids miniatures. You're paying a lot for these miniatures comparatively. And, you know, you're getting a lot, and as such, you should take care of them like they are the expensive investment that they are, and you'll probably be fine. So that's our review of these Eldritch Foundry minis. There's a link down in the description if you want to grab them for yourselves. We really like them. It's very cool to, you know, have a character that you think is, you know, totally unique and all your own, and then be able to perfectly design a mini to capture that. And that's something that is very cool in this hobby. All right. Well, thanks so much. Hope you check these out. Welcome to the collective, and we will see you next time.
Bye.